Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Got some sort of bad echo going on. Let me go ahead and try something here. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay. Sounds like I may have had. There we go. That's what was going on. Okay, I had a bad echo on my side. No, I don't think anybody else was hearing it. Because I had my the evil twin opened up on another channel. I forgot to have it muted. Speaking of evil twins, oh no! Wait, there he is. Okay. How's everybody out there doing today?
I'm still breathing.
Yeah. I'm surviving. Barely. Okay, let me go back up here. And we'll start saying hi to everybody. Oh, if everybody scrolls back to the top, you'll see a bunch of links I put in there. Those are to some of the things I'm going to be talking about later on. Or you can use the last link I put in there at, according to my clock here, it says 6:49. But right before Dave said, Uncle Al says, hi, Dave. That's the link to the playlist. So if you just want to pull that one up later, that's the one that gives you all four of the videos. So let's see who all's here. We have first one in here is Michael58, followed by Rebecca Nichols, then Kaylin Strain, Courtney at Wide Family Farm. And Jay. I'm still scrolling down here. I haven't seen Jay. There's Jay. All right, now I'm down to Jay. Going down. Jay's here. All right. Yeah, I got a new computer here I'm using, and I'm trying to work all the bugs out of it as well. It's a gaming computer, so it has a lot more video processing capacity. And so I may have to go in there and try to find some of the stuff I got to disable so I don't get feedback and squeaky noises coming through and weird things,
Yeah, those Chinese mice.
Yeah, actually, this one was assembled in Mexico. So,
well, they're transnational.
It's Speedy Gonzalez running too fast. Arriba, arriba.
Are you sure it's not Chinese sneaking from Mexico into America, or is
We
it
ain't
the
doing
other
that.
way?
No. We're not going to talk about stuff like that.
Okay.
We're not going to. No, not today. So, because today's a special, is getting ready for the big day tomorrow. Oh, all righty. So, as more people check in, we'll start off with some basic stuff here. So, as you can see behind me, or actually, I'm going to throw up to the side of us here, and I'm going to have to do the share screen again. This time I'll share it without the audio. Boom! There we have Veteran Day, honoring all who served. And the question is, for tomorrow, what are you going to be doing to honor our veterans? And normally, I would, try to be back in California today because it's my oldest son's birthday as well. So he gets the day off from school every year. And but the scout troop I had back there, let me see if I can get this to go down here. We had activities like going to the cemeteries, and we do ceremonies at the cemetery. We participate in the parades, in downtown and stuff like that. So that is what we would usually do. I'll be doing on Veterans Day. Starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, going till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And so, but it's, for me, Veterans Day is a little bit weird. I did not get an opportunity to serve. I tried. It was a weird. All right, my senior year, I was in Fredonia, Arizona. The day after graduation, we moved back to California. When I was in Fredonia, Arizona, I took the battery aptitude test. I aced it. The nearest recruiting office was down in Flagstaff, Arizona. For about 12 weeks, I had every Friday, it was either Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, or multiples coming up to see me at school to try to get me to sign up on early enlistment. My dad was okay with it. My mom was absolutely, no, we're not going to enlist until you're 18. We're not going to do early enlistment, blah, 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 blah. I had them offering me everything. The Air Force and the Marines were offering me flight school. The Navy was guaranteeing me officer candidate school to be placed on a submarine. Army was they give me whatever I wanted. But when we moved back to California, I tried to get those test scores transferred to the recruiters back up here. The recruiters there in Flagstaff would not give them up. And then about 3 months later, my mom was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. And so I wound up spending a year and a half taking care of my mom. Yeah, Courtney, I did wind up serving it in a different way, but not as a veteran. What's interesting is my uncle was in the Army and served over in France during the Korean War. My dad was listed as 4F because when he was 8 years old, he was bit in the leg by a rattlesnake, and his right leg was 2 inches shorter, 2¼ inches shorter than his left leg. So they 4F'd him, which is kind of funny. He was a top 10 rodeo star for 10 years. But so my older brother, when he turned 18, he was going to go, it was ready for the draft, and the Vietnam War ended. My younger brother turned 18 and a half. When he was 18 and a half, he got married, had a kid 5 months later. And when they reinstituted the draft, he had a waiver because he was married with a family. But I had several nieces and nephews join all of the branches. And but I did marry a staff sergeant in the United States Army from a unit of drill sergeants. So, but so my grandmother was probably the most flag waving, constitutional thumping person around. I mean, she had us hanging up multiple flags on Flag Day, which most people don't even know what Flag Day is now, June 14th. And Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, flags were up all over the place. And she had flags that had 50 stars, 48 stars, 45 stars. She had all these old flags from the time she was a kid, and she kept all the family's flags. And she was born in 1899. So I to me, Veterans Day held some significance, even though I did not get a chance to serve in the military. But I would like everyone out there to, and I'm going to ask Will and Dave here in a minute what their thoughts are. But everyone think about how you've celebrated Veterans Day in the past and what you're going to be doing here this year. And I got several great videos to show you the links to. I'm not going to actually play them because I will get copyright strikes on it. But I have a playlist, which if you go to it, you can view them. I don't get any credit for them because it's just taking you to their channel, so you can watch it on their channel. So Dave, did you serve?
Let's not discuss it.
Let's not discuss it.
But in the past, not quite always a 21 gun salute, but now I ain't gonna do it because, well, we all seen what happened last week, and starting next year, we ain't gonna be able to do it anyway. So I'm just gonna get in the habit now of not doing it. I do support 100% all those who've served. I have multiple family members going back many generations who have served as officers in many of the corps. So no matter what, I'll always observe it and thank those who served.
All right. Uncle Al.
Yep.
Did you serve?
Yes, I did.
What branch?
A SAC, Air Force, nuclear.
Strategic Air Command, for those who do not know.
Yep. Both B-52s and underground.
Yeah. Yeah, my boss at DHS, he retired the year before I did, because he had 25 years in the military, and then he put in another 15 with DHS. He was a major for the
Hi, Lori.
in the Air Force for the security forces. Yeah, his guys at all times had their weapons loaded all the time because they provided security for the missile silos and stuff like that, and he did transportation of moving stuff from one side to another. And yeah, he told me all sorts of fun stories of stuff they used to do. But he was actually the one that introduced me to the songs I'm going to play for you, or no, I'm going to give you guys this opportunity to go see here in a minute here. Let's see. Let me go back here on this. Okay, so AK Foraging and Adventures posted a video thanking those who served. Let's see, back up here. In Canada, I guess they call it Remembrance Day. All right. And going back here, I know I saw some other comments. No, Lori, I did not die. I was just sick last week.
After Tuesday, I was sick, not due to any physical illness,
Yeah. Courtney says, uncle fighting uncle. Okay. Oh, okay. Kaylin says one cousin was a jet mechanic in the Air Force, and she tested higher than most men. Okay, great.
Yeah, don't worry, Courtney. I had a grandfather in the Imperial Japanese Army in Manchuria, and I had an uncle in the 442nd, another uncle in the 101. We're split evenly between U.S. and Japan.
Okay.
We just don't talk about it.
Sometimes it's best not.
No, we still have feuds over it.
All right, I'm just checking here. So I'm going back on the comments here. So everyone mentioned about what the family members were doing. Okay, so let's bring back down here. All righty. So as I first mentioned, for those who just came in a little bit later, Lori and WD and some of the others, when I first started off here, you know, like I said, when I was a Scoutmaster, I took the Scouts out to the different Veterans Day activities. Lasted from about 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, doing stuff. One of the things I want to talk to you about is the Warrior Song project at warriorsong.com. They have 4 fantastic, blood pumping, throat choking songs for each of the branches of the military. There's one for the Marines called Hardcore, one for the Air Force. I'm always mispronouncing these friggin' Latin words. I'll show it to you later. Ariel Alice or something. Anyways, then there's the one for the Navy, which is called Leviathan. And they did not put, for the Army, they didn't put the department symbol on there. So this is the one for the Army is called Aquila Natus. I think that's how you pronounce it, not sure. But all these are part of the Warrior Song Project, and all the proceeds go to help veterans groups. And that's, once again, at warriorsong.com.
They didn't put one up for the Army because the Army's the grunts. We do all the dirty work so everybody else can get all the glory.
All right. And so let me go ahead and escape out of this here and just drop this down. And so on my channel, if you look for the playlist Patriotic, I got the 4 songs there. And the Air Force one is Area Vias, so it's AER and VIS for the Air Force. So that's it. But they're really cool. It's not showing up as good on the screen here. Let me move forward a little bit here. It starts off with a prelude of the guys talking. I'm not going to play it because we'll definitely get a strike instantly on this one. But it goes through, and I'm just going to go a little bit. They're talking about the stuff and everything, and it's really cool. And then it goes through that. It talks about the Marines are actually chanting what you're seeing on the screen here, and then it goes in and it starts playing some really cool stuff, and it goes through, and so I'm not actually running. So if I don't run it, if I just show little snippets, they're not going to ding me on it. But it shows some really cool stuff here.
Well, now, what you're doing is called fair use, using it for educational purposes.
But so they threw. I tried that on one, and they threw a strike on it. Not a strike, but a copyright infringement. So
right,
it wasn't actually
sound.
Yeah. So actually, I did one without sound, and when it ran the video, they dinged the video portion I showed over on the side. But it goes on. It shows a lot of cool stuff. It's really cool, really great songs. And so once again, if you Google the Warrior Song Hardcore, it's going to come up. And there's also, you want the one with the lyrics in it. And then so that's the Marine Corps one. And then we have the Army starts off with their little prelude beforehand. the shot heard round the world, shook their earth with great resound, and goes on, talks about it, and goes through the different, I get here, lanterns lit, talking about Paul Revere, and goes through all the different things here. Really cool. And they spend about a minute for it, and then they get into the actual, as the song goes on, they're just showing little video clippets, and you got the lyrics down here below in the bottom of it. Like I am the blood that boils in the heart of the beast. You better believe it when the boot comes down. And
this
it goes.
We shall protect.
Yeah, and so it's really these songs are really cool. They're great. Usually I'm rocking out most of the day listening to them. And so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Prepping for it. But they got really cool. So I got the, and they go and they highlight certain people from the, from the different wars and stuff and their actions. Someone's breathing heavy into their microphone. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. The next one is the Air Force One here, and it has a little prelude on it too, going through talking about all four of them talk about the Eagle Born. So, and then they got some great aerial footage, flying along the different planes and stuff and everything going on. So. And they got some really great stuff going on with the music. And so also some historical figures. So really good video there. And then the last one is the Navy. And this was actually the last one that came out, if I remember right. And it also starts off with a prelude, chant going through it, talking about it, about different things. And, I believe this is supposed to be a picture of John Paul Jones and the Serapis. And so going on to it, but yeah. And of course, there's the Leviathan, the submarine from the deep, and has some really great naval footage there on it, going along with the song and stuff. So, your Navy SEALs. So they touch on some really cool stuff there. So, anyways, those are 4 great videos that I like to listen to on Veterans Day and share with others. And it's really, really makes me wish that I could have served. Yep. Drops Family Garden. I did know that. And he was over there as an admiral doing basically as a contractor for them. And I believe he had action down on the Black Sea. If I remember that one right. I could be wrong. So, folks, what is your plans for tomorrow? All right, Dave. Like I said, my plans is I'm gonna be listening to this stuff as I work around the house here.
For me, it comes down to 2 things. One, everybody I knew that mattered, that served, is passed. So there's going to be a little bit of time and silent remembrance of those people. If I run across anybody tomorrow who is a veteran, I will walk up and shake their hand and say thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to check all the flags and flowers in our cemetery because we had information that some jokers are going to go out there and rip everything off. So we're making sure everything's out there. I'm not going to be personally. I have to stay in bed because I have a touch of the whooping cough. That's why I'm bathrobe and dressed up nice, because I don't think you want to see me in puke stained pajamas. So I dressed up nice and took a bath.
Mhm.
So we got a scout troop, we have National Guard, and we have a security company making sure nobody touches the graves. Because we had an incident 2 years ago where nothing pisses me off than somebody desecrating a grave, no matter if it's a veteran or a regular person.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing, my Uncle Jack, who served on the 442nd and rescued the Texans out of France, when he went back to his farmhouse and ranch, it wasn't there. Somebody torched it
Mm.
while he was in service. All he had left was 60 pounds of what he carried out of the service. He rejoined and he fought in the not Vietnam, he fought in the Korean War as a translator, also ground scout. So my
Yeah.
Uncle Jack finally got back to America in 55.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just looking at side chat here. Yeah, evidently some other places have had some idiot vandalism go. It looks like Lori's talking about it there.
Yeah, because
Okay,
they're
Michael
still,
58 says playing the last post in an open field with friends. Cool.
yeah, Canada had it really bad because at a time a lot of their brass plates was stolen for cash.
Yeah.
Yes. It also was, Jay, it was also the first and last bonsai charge against the Germans, which drove them nuts. My Uncle Jack told me the Germans are freaked out when they saw Japanese with M1 rifles and bayonets, not the little ones, 16-inch ones, going over hills, screaming bonsai at the and throwing grenades. That scared the living crap out of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, there's I don't know, check with your local municipality, see whether or not they're going to be trying to do some sort of ceremony. There are probably going to be people that are telling everybody, spread out, 6 foot spacing, but still, if your local municipalities decided not to do one, go ahead and head on over to the cemetery anyways. And because I know, like in there's one cemetery in particular back in California, Martinez there, that has most of the veterans in, and that's where we would go. And the Sea Cadets would march in with their shoulder firearms and stuff, march in and stuff, and escort the scouts in, and then the scouts would carry in a wreath. The Sea Cadets would run up the flag, step aside, and the scouts would come in and set up a wreath in front of the flagpole for them. So if your community's not doing anything particular, I almost wish we had done this last Friday. Hey, at least put the flag up at half staff and let people at least come in to put flowers on different graves and stuff.
Well, January 20th, the entire nation should go to half staff.
That's still debatable.
Slim chance.
It's not changing.
Yeah.
Almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
Then let's see what the Chinese says.
Anyways, for our veterans, we really need to honor our veterans for all the things they did for us, sacrifices they made.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for those sacrifices, what we're doing right now wouldn't be happening.
And like Perry said, communism.
No, it's going to be worse than that.
Yes.
Y'all remember Stalin?
Yeah.
Yes. Our
Welcome,
new
Miss Kamala
Joe.
Harris.
Yeah.
Just to throw a little
Yeah.
bomb
Oh,
out
here's
here
it.
for y'all.
Yes,
Current,
K8. Go ahead, Dave.
I'm just going to say, current rumor mill in certain echelons is within 6 to 8 months, they're going to deem him unfit due to dementia, and she is going to become, you know what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Which is why Pelosi, it ain't been aimed at Trump the whole time. Pelosi's trying to get the 25th Amendment put back into place so they can do this.
Yeah.
also, KH is calling for tribunals and commissions on TSers. I won't say what TS stands for. No, get your mind out of the gutters. Our current president supporters, 2A supporters, and anybody who has a religious background, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
The religious background is down to 18%. It's now a minority.
Yeah. Well, if she calls for tribunals, first thing I'll do is I'll organize a tribunal. We'll go arrest her and put her on. It'll be a 10-second tribunal followed by a guilty verdict in honor of all our veterans who she disrespects.
Found guilty of treason.
Mm-hmm.
And treason carries only one sentence.
Yep. Firing squad.
Hi,
I
Keith.
didn't say it. Hey, Keith.
Let's not go into politics. Let's praise our veterans.
Let's try to keep it a little bit. Let's get back onto the subject here. For our veterans.
My fault. I apologize.
Yeah.
Because my other uncle, Uncle Henry, he met Van Johnson, who starred in Go for Broke. You ever heard of Van Johnson? He was an actor. My Uncle Henry met him, and he made sure in the script they had the world's biggest poker game on the troop ship, because that's how my Uncle Henry started his business after they destroyed his farm. What's with Democrats burning down Japanese farms?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, he won enough money on the troop ship that he told Van Johnson, make sure they put that scene inside Go for Broke.
Yeah.
Also, they had that scene where there's like maybe a squad of Japanese, and they say, where's your battalion of Japanese Americans that's supposed to rescue those Texans up their hill? This was it. And Senator Away from Hawaii was the last man on that squad. And he was shot up pretty bad, too. Most of them were shot up. That's why my family sued the United States government. We spent 6 years in Arkansas, and we won't forget that. When we came back, Disney owned our property in Anaheim. They took all our trees, mowed them down, while we spent 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 in Arkansas. I think some relatives spent 47 in Arkansas because they couldn't go home. There was no home.
Yeah. All right. I mean, you just made me check on something. I was just trying to check on something, trying to find out when it was. About Van Johnson did a lot. I mean, a lot of great movies and stuff, but I believe he was the one in the Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Right. Also,
and for those of you who don't know who Van Johnson is, give me a second here. Images. And boom.
Yep, that's him.
Van Johnson.
It's funny they don't mention Go for Broke anymore.
Yeah. So
there should be an army picture of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there were several army picture ones. And his filmography. When I looked at his filmography here, where is it here? Filmography again. Started in 1940. First film was Too Many Girls, and he played Course Boy number 41. And then all the way up. His last film he did was 1992. 3 Days to a Kill. But he was in, a lot of stuff going on here. And he did a lot of serial movies back during the war.
Yep.
Dr. Gillespie's New Assistant, Dr. Gillespie's Criminal Case. He's playing Dr. Randall Red Adams. And I see 5 different movies of him as Dr. Randall Red Adams. So, he did a lot of interesting movies, a lot of military movies, and crime drama movies.
Yeah, he was a contract player for either Columbia or Paramount or Universal. I can't remember which one.
Okay, actually, it says here during the 50s he was a freelancer. So prior to that, it was MGM.
MGM, that's right.
Yeah. So during the 40s, he was contract with MGM, and he was in a Gene Kelly movie. That's where I remember him from, Brigadoon.
Right. I think that was in color too, right?
Yes, that was the one in color. Yeah. Oh, gee. Yeah. Oh, anyways, yeah. Another great patriotic person. Yeah.
Anyway, another thing my uncle Henry met was Jackie, the kid that played next to Charlie Chaplin, Jackie Coogan.
Oh, was it Coogan or Cooper?
Cooper or Coogan, I forget. I can't remember. But
It may have been both of them there.
Yeah, he met him because he was flying for the guys who went into Burma. He was flying missions. He would drop packages over their spots and they would come back. And my Uncle Henry translated where the Japanese were so they don't shoot his Piper Cub going, "Nyeh."
Yeah.
Because Piper Cub doesn't have there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go into the jungles of Burma in the Piper Cub.
Yeah.
And Jackie Coogan, Coogan or Cooper?
Well, I'm looking here trying to find it out. All right, Jackie Cooper was a big child star during the 20s and 30s, late 20s, early 30s. And let's check up the other one.
I've seen that, Courtney.
C-U-T. And Coogan.
He worked with Charlie Chaplin.
Yes, Jackie Coogan, Coogan, was in Charlie Chaplin's The Kid. And yeah, in 1921. So, all right. And just, someone kind of got off on the Hollywood stuff. If anybody's interested, Will's coming in here. Will's trying to come in. Here we go. Hey, Will.
Can you guys see me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, we can see you okay. If you guys want to check out
Finish.
Google Hollywood stars in World War II. There were a boatload of stars that went and joined the military, fought and came back. I mean, it was just a plethora of stories. But don't fall down, Will.
I'm trying to get my chair right.
And there were a lot of them did interesting things and some of them were, in some pretty hairy combat situations too. They didn't use their Hollywood privilege to get out of combat. Some of them used it to get into combat.
Yeah, like Jimmy Stewart and Lee Marvin.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Lee Marvin, and
Audie Murphy.
Right.
Audie Murphy, yes, was big. Oh, actually, he became a star afterwards. He enlisted early, underaged to get in. But here's a question for you guys. Mr. Rogers.
There we
What
go.
branch of the military was Mr. Rogers? You know, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. What branch of the military was he in?
I know it, but I won't tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if anybody in the side chat here can pop up with the answer. Don't Google it, guys.
No.
Too late. You already know they're Googling it.
Yeah.
Yes, Elvis did as well.
Oh, I
Elvis
know
was in
that
there as
guy.
well.
I know that guy that's right there. He's a stranger, but I know who that is.
That's
And
Dave.
Courtney's right. A lot of baseball players went in as well. Yeah, Michael has it right. Mr. Rogers was a Marine.
Jarhead.
Oh, guess who else was a Marine? Off of TV. The one bullet deputy,
Barney Fife.
Barney Fife. Yeah, he was a Marine as well.
Y'all forgetting about one person.
There's so many.
No,
It's easy to forget about him.
You forgot about somebody.
Okay.
He played one in the TV series. Had a heck of a voice. Name that star.
Jim Neighbors.
You mean, golly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also Gilligan, but Gilligan, I can't remember if he was Navy or I can't remember what John Denver was, but I knew he was either Navy or Marines, but I can't remember which.
Okay.
Yes, Courtney, that was that show.
Yes, JF, and Mr. Rogers was a Marine.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll turn down the TV now. I've been trying to get in here for about half an hour.
Yes. Bob Denver was, let's see if I can find it here. That was Gilligan.
There we go.
Trying to look back here. Okay, he was in no. He made his television debut in '57, the year I was born. I don't see anything mentioned of his military career here.
I don't know if he was a reservist or
Yeah.
something. He was in the military.
Yeah.
Also, Clint Eastwood too.
Yeah. Now let me go back here and let's see on Clint Eastwood. And see if it shows what his was. So much information on Clint Eastwood. All right. Early life. I can't. Okay. Army, Korean War for Clint Eastwood. And it says that he was drafted into the Army for the Korean War. His duty was spent at Fort Ord as a lifeguard at the swimming training center.
He must have made somebody very angry.
Oh yeah, he spent
Yeah.
the entire stint there at Fort Ord. Oh, that must have sucked. But hey, you know, so was Heartbreak Ridge, something to suck about.
Mhm.
Hey, I watched
Yeah.
that today. I watched that movie today.
I may actually sit back and watch some of old ones like Bridge Over River Kwai and something like that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I like watching those old ones.
I
Oh,
like to watch the
interesting.
old Dirty Dozen.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm trying to look at the side chat, see who was on here, but oh, Glenn Ford was in the Marines. Yes, Glenn Ford was another one.
Oh yeah.
But Denver, we throw the comment up here. So he had a recorded over 105. Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
All neuropathy kicking in now.
So, but yeah, there are a lot of great people that served in the military, and a lot of them really, especially a lot of the good actors were very, hush about it. They didn't brag on it. And
I think it was John Denver. That's Bob's dad,
no, John,
not the other John Denver that sings.
yeah, okay.
It's Robert Denver or Bob Denver from Gilligan's. His dad was hardcore military.
Okay. So, but yeah, there's a lot of good people that did serve and came back tore up mentally. My cousin, who's 10 years older than me, 11 years older than me. My sister, okay, yeah, he's 11 years older than me because he's a year older than my sister, who's 10 years older than I am. Went to Vietnam, and he was a canine handler over there in Nam. And the week before he was to come home, his best buddy, who was also a canine handler, was going to come home. They were getting out at the same time, and he was supposed to come back to our town there. And the week prior to his coming back, his buddy was in front of him and stepped on a landmine. And when my cousin came back for the next 3 years, he was not the same. It took him 3 years just to somewhat resemble the cousin I knew beforehand. And even to this day, he'll leave the room if somebody starts talking about Vietnam.
Yeah, we took turns going out to the forward gun when I was in Vietnam. Going out to the forward gun that was it protected the base we were on, and I came in one night, and the next guy went out, and he got a mortar and died. So hard for me to talk about that stuff too. And that was like a long time ago.
Yeah. Lee Marvin was definitely one not to mince words. Let me check something here out for you, Courtney. I'm checking it up. Post-war.
Another thing y'all can think about too is, and one way to support, especially those who come back with missing appendages, is to support the Wounded Warrior Project.
Yeah. Okay, here's your answer, Courtney. No, John Wayne never served in the military. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Oh,
Flat feet or something like that, I believe.
no, he was in, and they were pulling him in, and one of the studio execs pulled strings, and I believe that John Wayne actually punched at a studio exec.
Yep.
Because he said by many accounts, his failure to serve in the military became one of the most painful parts of his life.
His sailboat served in the Coast Guard. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that served in the military.
Yeah.
There's one of those actors that was in all of those war movies. He never served either, and he had flat feet. Who was that?
I can't remember. I know
Yeah,
Clark
He was one of
Gable.
the big time war hero movie type guys.
Yeah, I can't remember that one. I think it was Dick Powell. Because in the 40s he rose up because he had flat feet. Clark Gable.
I watched Clint Eastwood today.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. This is really interesting. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to read this off to you. Wayne was exempt from service due to his age 34 at the time of Pearl Harbor and family status classification. Wayne repeatedly wrote John Ford saying he wanted to be in. John Wayne did not prevent his reclassification as 1A draft eligible, but Republic Studios resisted strongly as he was their only A-list actor, and Herbert J. Yates, president of Republic Studios, threatened to sue Wayne if he walked away from his contract. Republic Pictures intervened in the selective service process, requesting Wayne's further deferment. The U.S. National Archive records indicate that Wayne, in fact, did make application to serve in the Office of Strategic Services, the precursor to the CIA, and had been accepted within the U.S. military's allotment to billet to the OSS. So
there's a lot of guys that got PTSD and stuff from World War II and from Vietnam, and they never got recognized for it at all.
Yeah. So John Wayne had gotten in there, and there is a letter from William J. Donovan, the OSS commander, that he wrote to Wayne informing him of his acceptance. And then they got the Republic Studios got him yanked.
Now, the only one who did went overseas was Jimmy Stewart, the mild-mannered spoken guy on Liberty Balance, next to Lee Marvin. He got shot a lot.
Okay. I know there's something about Clark Gable being in, I think he was in the Air Corps, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And if I remember right, he actually did go overseas.
Yes. Clark Gable drove B-17s over the Atlantic into England and went back and repeated it 24 times. He got a medal for that.
Yeah.
Because every time he went towards England, somebody was trying to shoot him down.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, Jay.
Yeah. So yeah. So in August 17th, 1942, he was sent to the precursor of the Air Force, class 42E, and completed his training in October. So 2 months later, and was commissioned as second lieutenant. Oh, he actually did more than that. He just earned the Air Medal and Distinguished Flying Cross when his aircraft was damaged by fighters, which knocked out one of the engines and shot the stabilizer in a raid on Germany. And one of the crew was killed and 2 others were wounded.
Was that Gable or was that Jimmy Stewart?
That's Clark Gable. And flak went through his boot. A piece of flak went through his boot and narrowly missed his head. And of course, when word reached MGM Studios, they began badgering the U.S. Army to have him reassigned.
Gee, I wonder who runs the country.
Big business and money. Jimmy went. Go ahead.
So there are some really great stories, guys, on some of these Hollywood actors that wanted to serve, went and enlisted, and did some amazing thing.
Right. And everybody got to remember, Jimmy Stewart was the oldest Air Force general retired since World War II. He served all the way up to the Reagan years.
Yeah, in the reserves.
Yep. Guess how many stars, folks?
Or
Yep.
I know. I had to salute him.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're coming up on 8 o'clock here, my time. So 1 hour, come up on the hour mark. Don't want to go over here. One last shot here. I'm going to post this here is my
Patreon.
playlist for those 4 songs. Check them out tomorrow. I don't get any watch time credit because all it does is take you to the Wounded Warrior Project's, Wounded Warrior, the Warrior Song Project's website, and they get all the watch time stuff for it. But there's some really cool songs to listen to tomorrow.
make sure you're thanking your veterans tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you do any videos, make sure you thank them in your video.
Yeah. So, and what do we else got? Let me pull that down for a second here. Get rid of that. Oh, Friday. Friday is going to be a very interesting Friday night special. It's going to be being intimate in a disaster, what to remember, and Martha, old school prepper, is going to be up on here. She's a medical person, and she's going to be talking to us about the women's perspective of SE in a disaster.
Ain't gonna worry
Okay,
about that.
guys?
Ain't gonna happen.
So, yeah. So I got some interesting myth stories to talk about too, in there as well.
That would have hurt, Jay.
Jay, mood music.
Mood music.
Oh, Lord.
Hope it's rock and roll.
Because my lights went back on.
Is
All
it
right.
rock and roll or what?
And then next Tuesday is a requested topic for here. It's going to be being mentally prepared for losing a family member or members during a SHTF, Twaki, the major balloon going up event. So we're going to be
Since I have a pre-existing condition, I might get some of the first drug coming out for COVID-19.
we're not saying that word here.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Red Dragon.
Yeah. So next Tuesday is going to be mentally prepared for losing a family member, and this Friday is being intimate in a disaster. And guys, if you have a suggestion for a topic that you'd like to see us address, down on the description at the very bottom is the email address, Camppatton Family Compound, one long word. Oh, I just realized something here. We're missing something here. Let me go down here. I don't know why it's missing. There we go. Boom. Oh, it's still not showing it. I know why. Let me go back up here. I got to take off this comment. Yeah, there's our names back. Yeah. So, so Camppatton Family Compound, one long word at Gmail is the email. Just send me a suggestion about it. And Uncle Al's holding up his new customized channel name, youtube.com/users/diebullfrog79. This is.
You gotta put up a new name.
No, not a new name. He got the customized URL for his channel.
Oh, he got his customized URL.
Yeah, finally after 3 years.
Yeah, I had mine from the other name, and I never thought about it. And when I changed my name, they changed my URL.
Okay.
I didn't notice it.
All right, guys. Any parting words before we head out?
Love you guys. Be cool out there on Vets Day.
All right, Dave,
Have fun, y'all.
Uncle Al.
And don't forget these folks right here.
Yeah, Corsairs Trainers. That's Steve at Corsairs Trainers. Real good channel. Old School Prepper. Martha has had some really good ones on canning and stuff. And Anthony at Palmetto Prepared. Has some
And
good
baby palmetto.
Unprepared prepper.
Also, he has a baby called Baby Palmetto.
baby palmetto.
Go check
All
out
right.
Unprepared Prepper also.
Yeah. All right, folks, everyone, remember, stay happy, stay safe, stay prepared, and we'll